Hello again, this is Bijan C. Bain, and this is another attempt to try a platform to see which platform is ideal for my storytelling. So, let's see, I'm going to tell a story about a media tour. I was on a media tour in Louisiana, a statewide media tour that began in New Orleans, and went to other cities eventually, such as Lafayette and St. Francisville. But in New Orleans, we kicked off the tour. We were based at the Monteleone Hotel, historic hotel. I guess it's in the quarter. And we were only there, I think, a night. And then we kind of bounced to begin our travel to the other cities and towns the next day or the next afternoon, if memory serves. So we ate at the Monteleone, because the group is kind of getting to know each other and getting to know the PR person, Anna. And so, not sure about the order of this. It might have been after dinner, but the hotel sales rep, after showing us around a little bit in the lobby and the circular rotating bar, which it's famous for, and things like that, pointing out a few things of interest, tourism interest, took us upstairs on an elevator. And this wasn't the lady with the PR firm that had the contract for the state. This was the hotel's internal, somebody that worked sales and meetings for the hotel itself, another woman. And so she took us upstairs to this vacant, large, probably the width of the building itself, banquet space. And when we got up there, she told us a story. She said that I think she got some elements of the story wrong in terms of the personalities, but the general consensus of it I understood because I'm a fight fan and a boxing historian. She, I think the way she told the story was that Joe Frazier had trained there for a bout or a championship bout or something like that. But of course, since it was New Orleans, it had to have been Muhammad Ali, and it was probably for Ali Spinks. But what she said was that the fighter trained there and that the training sessions, sparring sessions were open to the public, and that in this vacant banquet hall that she was showing us, meeting space, that's where the training sessions took place. So it was probably Ali training for Spinks and not Frazier. And since there was nothing else of note to talk about in that space, and the room was empty, there's no, dining tables, wasn't set up for meetings anymore. It didn't have any chairs inside of it. It was just literally empty. She walked us all back to the elevator to go back downstairs. And I don't think we did much of anything else that night, except go to our rooms and crash for the next day, unless we hadn't had dinner yet and she did the tour right before dinner to take advantage of a little bit of time before the meal or cocktails or something like that. I can't remember. Probably makes more sense to do it before dinner if you think about it, because you have that little gap after everybody gets settled in from their flights and their trips, as opposed to after dinner when everybody would be kind of beat because they've been traveling all day, if that was our first day, because you usually don't get done eating when you got that many people to serve and talk and introduce themselves to each other. And some people get drinks, some people get dessert, probably until maybe 9:30, 10 in some cases. So maybe this was before the meal. But so she's walking us back to the elevator in the hallway of that floor, which was an upstairs floor, after showing us this unused currently space, and had given us that anecdote about something that had been used for, like maybe in 1978 or 79. most of the writers are kind of in the hallway between the banquet space and the elevator. Some writers, like maybe 2, 3 at the most, are still kind of exiting the banquet space and haven't quite gotten into the hallway yet. And as we're walking to catch up with her and the PR lady, we all hear this sound of, it's the sound that you hear in a restaurant sometimes when a waiter or waiters or wait staff drops like either a tray holding or a crate holding or a bus pan holding a bunch of glasses. When you hear the glass hit the floor and shatter, and it makes that kind of eventual breaking noise the glass makes when it shatters and there's more than one glass, like a bunch of glasses at the same time. It was that noise. So everybody kind of stops in their tracks. The people that are in the hallway kind of glance back a little bit because there's nothing in the room. So they can't see back into the room because they're already in the hall. And the people that are kind of still in that little limbo between like almost outside the room and they haven't gotten into the hall yet, reflexively look around, but of course there's nothing in the room. There's no cutlery, there's no glasses, there's no cupboards, there's no cabinets, there's no tables, there's no pantry. There's nothing to serve food on or in or serve drinks on or in. The room's barren. But everybody heard it. So we look at each other and the sales lady, she doesn't know what to think. She's already told us that a lot of people give ghost tours in New Orleans, that the ghost tours are bunk, and they're just for tourism's sake, and that if you ever hear a ghost story related to the Monte Leone, it's just hype, and she doesn't believe in them. But like I said, when we're all like in the elevator, going down and talking to one another, everybody agreed of what it sounded like. It sounded like wait staff had like maybe a bunch of trays at the same time, or a bunch of bus pans or something like that, that held a lot of glasses. And all the glasses fell to the floor and crashed at the same time and made that shattering noise that you always hear, that you sometimes hear like when you're in a restaurant, and sometimes people in jest kind of applaud. But louder than if you drop like one tray of glasses, like with 3 or 4 on them, louder than that. And then we went on about our business. So that's the Monte Leone Hotel There Are No Ghosts story. This is basically just a test. I'm doing this on like MP3 software, and I'm going to upload it and see whether or not this is more user-friendly than, say, X or Twitter Spaces or podcast software like Audible